basketball isn't easy. All my life, I've been striving to make myself better.
Main reasons people can't stand LeBron James. Due to his uncanny ability on the court, he was dubbed the Chosen One in his rookie years, and now he's known as the King of Basketball. But that doesn't mean he gets all the love. According to Basketball Network, LeBron James receives the most hate messages in all of the NBA. As a matter of fact, he even receives the most hate online out of all the athletes worldwide. So let's discover the main reasons people can't stand LeBron the King James. You're in the 10 zone. Like, subscribe if you haven't already, and share this video.
Well, everybody is on pins and needles across the country, particularly those teams who are in the running for LeBron James. You ready to go, LeBron?
The decision of betrayal. Even in his rookie year, he was amazing. The Chosen One was already being compared to Michael Jordan. Everyone liked him. He was special. That is, until the decision to break away from his home state and seek conquest with the enemy. In the perspective of LeBron James, Michael Jordan-like legacy status was his main mission, and he realized that his coach, teammates, and sports management were going to fail him in his campaign to attain multiple NBA championships. He truly wanted to secure his name in the Hall of Fame and win the title of the King without a doubt from the harshest critics. To be fair, LeBron James' teammates would surely not be the generals that a king would summon. Reports came out clearly showing that they were skillfully at the bottom of the NBA barrel, and tens of reports were just blunt and called his teammates garbage. So although the King really wanted to bring Cleveland a championship, the Cleveland Cavaliers management constantly gave him trash players to work with. Plus, he ran into the Celtics, who kept dominating him. Proper respect went to the Celtics for constantly making the King bow down. Kevin Garnett's famous statement about the onslaught was simple: they broke LeBron James. But in all honesty, it took 3 Hall of Famers to take down LeBron James, who wasn't even in his prime at the time. So LeBron James decided to hold a television special called The Decision in 2010 to announce where he was planning to go. LeBron James announced his plans to join the Miami Heat to team up with Dwayne Wade, one of his best friends, and Chris Bosh. This assured that LeBron James would surely be hated in his home state of Ohio. LeBron is as fake as plastic. People can't stand LeBron James because he's fake, and this plasticity is shown in various manners. First, let's focus on his fake facade on the court. The so-called King LeBron James gets a lot of complaints because instead of beating rivals or winning on his own, he often joins with people to win championships. To quote T. Brown's answer, Charles Barkley is probably the stalwart guy in this level of hate. Barkley doesn't like how these new set of guys are buddy-buddy, as he puts it, and he and everyone else that grew up during his time views LeBron the same way. So in this regard, how does LeBron compare to other legends? Good question. Even though we can argue that Michael Jordan didn't switch teams because he knew Scottie Pippen was his key to success, Michael Jordan didn't join his rivals to take down the bad boy Pistons or other teams. This is the same with Kobe Bryant. Kobe didn't join LeBron James or Tracy McGrady to beat the Celtics or win championships. Kobe understood that Pau Gasol was steadily improving, and Kobe stayed with his team to win back-to-back championships. LeBron, on the other hand, always needed help to win, and with his choosing and picking a team with a super squad, he set a trend where NBA players go out of their way to team up with other superstars to win championships instead of using traditional hard work and teamwork to win the championships.
Another fine for LeBron James on the flop right there.
Flopping and feigning. Next, we must laugh about LeBron the King James's flop. Even though he's no longer a rookie, he'll still be quick to feign an accident, and he still does it to this day. He acts like he's been shot by a sniper. This kind of behavior annoys a great many of people, including other NBA legends. The likes of Michael Jordan and Shaquille O'Neal say he's too soft. Charles Barkley thinks that LeBron is a drama queen, and even NBA analyst Stephen A. Smith admits that LeBron is a flopper, and was quoted telling LeBron that it's actually very embarrassing. But to be fair, even though old heads and legends of yesteryear often claim LeBron James is too soft, they think the NBA altogether is soft, And despite the fact that the majority of fans and experts think LeBron James is a world-class flopper, he does use it to his advantage upon most cases. When his opponent starts to play dirty like prison rules, the king doesn't stoop to their level. Instead, he flops around like a fish out of water, provoking sympathy and rewards. He constantly plays the victimhood card on the court. As with the deception of flopping on the court, there's another way LeBron James infuriates people. He never takes accountability. Even when he's with a stacked team but can't win, he'll quickly blame others. This just adds fuel to the fire of outrage, as LeBron very often doesn't know when to shut up.
His names in the sports world today was the target of a hate crime.
The Brentwood home of NBA superstar LeBron James tagged with a racial slur.
Even off the court, he plays the victimhood card. In 2017, LA police told CNN that a racist slur was spray-painted on the front gate of James's Los Angeles home. But the LAPD report said by the time officers had arrived, management staff had painted over the offending word. According to public records, this particular 9,440 square foot estate is worth $21 million. And of course, it's in a very affluent area. So although detectives combed through security camera footage in an attempt to identify the perpetrator, there was never a follow-up from the media. After all, this was supposedly a hate crime against the most popular NBA player of today. You'd expect to see the culprit's face plastered all over the news, with photos and/or footage of the horrible deed. But to the contrary, the story suddenly vanished. This led people to think that LeBron was the first edition of Jussie Smollett, and this sentiment was further reinforced as LeBron told reporters, "No matter how much money you have, no matter how famous you are, no matter how many people admire you, being black in America is tough." He went on to claim that black Americans are not equal to their Caucasian counterparts by stating, "We got a long way to go for us as a society and for us as African Americans until we feel equal in America." The king kneels. In the summer of 2020, after kneeling during the national anthem on the opening night of the NBA's bubble restart, LeBron James dedicated the coordinated social justice demonstration to former NFL quarterback Colin Kaepernick. He went on to say that Kaepernick taught him a lot about the protest issue. As most people know, Kaepernick, once a star quarterback with the San Francisco 49ers, began protesting police brutality by taking a knee during the national anthem in 2016. Since then, he's grown in infamy, being considered a race baiter, grafter, and rebel with pretty cause, because police brutality is not one of the main plights of black Americans. The king who kneeled went further and said, "I hope we made Cap proud. I hope we continue to make Cap proud every single day. I hope I make him proud on how I live my life, not only out on the basketball floor, but off the floor." He threw cops under the bus. In the spring of 2021, a Columbus, Ohio police officer shot and killed a black teenager after the 16-year-old charged at two people with a knife. After LeBron heard about the incident, he tweeted, "You're next, #accountability," beside an hourglass emoji and an image of Officer Nicholas Reardon. This tweet seemed like a threat to the officer, and Blue Line advocates were outraged as the police officer had actually saved the lives of one black female, if not others. The king not only kneels, but he kowtows. In his own fatherland, he publicly criticized the former president Donald J. Trump. He was harsh on police officers all over the nation, and he subjected white people to white guilt. Yes, he was able to be very vocal about politics and social issues publicly. Then he flip-flopped and submitted to the Communist Party regime by condemning others for their free speech, even though their free speech was in favor of a free and independent Hong Kong. After Houston Rockets general manager Daryl Morey posted a tweet calling for sovereignty of Hong Kong, the Chinese Communist Party, known as the CCP, quickly took action on the international scale to whip their subjects into submission by limiting their ideas of freedom. The CCP led campaigns to ban products from the Houston Rockets, ban certain NBA games from being televised in China, and even cancel NBA games in China too. Then, King James truly showed his true colors by publicly stating that Morey was either misinformed or not really educated on the situation, and he insisted that the Rockets' general manager hadn't properly considered the repercussions of his words. The Cowtoe King went on to say, "So many people could have been harmed, not only financially but physically, emotionally, and spiritually. But one didn't have to be a rocket scientist to see what was really going on." LeBron James lost lucrative endorsement deals along with the NBA, so they bent the knee, submitted to the CCP, and never publicly spoke about the horrors perpetrated by the CCP again. To determine the true rulers of any society, all you must do is ask yourself this question: who is it that I'm not permitted to criticize? So we all know who the masters of LeBron James truly are. What other reasons are there that you think why so many people can't stand LeBron James? Give us your thoughts in the comments section below. You're in the 10 Zone. Like, share, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. For other sources from 10 Zone, be sure to check out the 10 Zone Facebook page and Instagram. See you there.